Hi guys, Matt V's Movies back for another video, and today we're going to be looking at the character of Iron Man and the editions, physical media editions that I have for the Iron Man films. I'm going to give you a little bit of trivia, a little bit of facts and figures about the films, and show you the editions that I have for this character in the MCU. Now on to some trivia about the film. Director Jon Favreau wanted Robert Downey Jr. because he felt the actor's past was right for the part. He commented, "The best and worst moments for Robert's life have been in the public eye. He had to find an inner balance to overcome obstacles that went far beyond his career. That's Tony Stark. Robert brings a depth that goes beyond the comic book character having trouble in high school or can't get the girl." Favreau also felt Downey could make Stark a likeable, I won't say that word, but a likeable rogue, shall we say, but also depict an authentic emotional journey once he won over the audience. Am I Iron Man was ad-libbed by Robert Downey Jr. Producer Kevin Feige approved the use of it in the final cut of the film, and the credits with his decision to largely do away with the secret identities in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Only Spider-Man conceals his identity, while Thor's alter ego, Donald Blake, is similarly not used. Okay, so on to the two editions that I have for Iron Man. And we'll just start off with this one first, and then we'll move on to this one. Okay, so this is actually sealed. I'm not actually going to unseal it because it's... it's some editions I do quite like to keep sealed, to be honest. But this is a Kimchi DVD, and it was exclusive number 12. And it's got a lenticular front to it, so if we kind of rotate it, you can see Tony Stark. There he is, and then he sort of transforms into Iron Man, which is quite clever, really. There's the spine on the back. Now, this is a lenticular magnet that was, I believe, on a Zavvi steelbook. I managed to get this cheap on eBay. Somebody was just selling it on its own. So it's just part of the Iron Man mask, which is quite nice. Okay, so yeah, if we look at this one, this is limited to 3,000 copies. Kimchi DVD number 12, 1587 is my copy. So it contains the 2-disc Blu-ray, disc 1. If you can sort of look at, there you go, there's disc 1 with the all the features. I remember this disc was packed with special features at the time. Paramount did a really good job with the sort of initial releases of these films. They were packed full of special features, hours and hours of content. It was really wonderful at the time. There's the other side of the spine. Inside here is a steelbook, which I think is one of sort of the main sort of steelbooks. There's been many steelbooks, obviously, for Iron Man, but yeah, I just like to keep this one sealed in my collection. Okay, so the second part of this, now this is a DVD steelbook, but the outside I actually got this as a separate slipcover. Now this was actually a Comic-Con exclusive back in 2008, limited to 5,000 copies for the slipcover. My copy was 3847, so we've got a nice image again of Iron Man on the back there. And what's different about this lenticular is, if I can rotate it, you've got obviously the Iron Man there with the sort of the colour. If we rotate it that way, you've got the silver sort of the prototype, and then if we rotate it again, we actually get the Iron Man that he first creates in the cave. So it's different to the other lenticular, which I really liked. Thought that was quite unique, especially with this image here of the sort of, you know, the original Iron Man that he creates. So yeah, it's a really nice lenticular slip. Now what's inside of this? Now this was an exclusive to Play.com, which was always a defunct retailer now in the UK. They were online. Unfortunately, I've got rust spots on here, which is a real shame. But I really did like this design. Now, Future Shop, again, another defunct retailer from Canada, they did the steel book of this, which did unfortunately have the blue banner at the top. But for a long time, that was sort of a grail item. And it still commands a good price now on eBay. But it was of this design, the sort of half face of Iron Man. And all of this is embossed. Iron Man's embossed with a debossed border. I just love a debossed border on steelbooks. I think they're fantastic. Yeah, it's a real shame that the rust has got to this, but what can you do? We've got the spine there, and there's a little tiny bit of rust going on there as well. And then on the back, we've got a nice image there. So yeah, I really like this steelbook. Open it up. Okay, so now this would originally have had the DVD copies. Now I actually replaced these with the Blu-ray from the standard Blu-ray set that we got back in the day. So it's the 2-disc edition, packed with all the special features. And we've got a little advertisement there for Avengers Assemble, and we'll be looking at that in a future video in this series. Now, I took this from the J card, and again, if you zoom in there, you can see all the special features that are on this disc. You know, it's absolutely jam-packed with the features. We've got an anamorphic widescreen, 240:1 aspect ratio, 5.1 Dolby True HD. Now, at the time of this coming out, there was no 4K, so Atmos hadn't actually been created. So the best that we could get was sort of 5.1 DTS Master Audio or Dolby Digital 5.1, which is still really fantastic formats in their own. You know, they're still really good. But yeah, as I say, I've got this really nice slip case that goes over the top of that. So yeah, I'm really happy with this sort of, well, you know, combination of the two. Now to some trivia about Iron Man 2. At around 47 minutes, the photo of Ivan being arrested that Tony Stark views in his research is an actual media photo of Mickey Rourke being arrested on a drugs charge when he was younger. According to the director Jon Favreau, the technology in this film was portrayed as more futuristic. After the first film, a number of tech companies talked about how uncanny a lot of our depictions of technology have turned out to be, and how many different films and video games ended up being inspired by the imagery we used. This forced us to go a bit further into the future and try and change the nature of this technology. If we just duplicated what happened in the first one, we would be behind the curve. So now we're dealing with holograms, the interface with the suit, and the suit being upgraded too. And finally, numerous news clippings shown in the film show Tony Stark and Ivan Vanko when they were younger men. Most of these are actual photos of Robert Downey Jr. and Mickey Rourke, both of whom came to fame in the 1980s. Okay, so on to the edition of Iron Man 2. Now this was a Target exclusive that came out. It was limited to 30,000 copies, and my copy was 2,615. And it comes with this really nice lenticular of Iron Man. Now, probably not picking up on the camera, but there's a bit of depth to this. The hand is kind of coming out of the lenticular. And you know, it's nice to see the glowing arcs on the hand and on the chest plate and the eyes. So that's really nice. Turn to the side. As you can see, this is a metal pack. The hinge design is different on this. So, yeah. Now on the back, now this is a lenticular which was actually on the Zavvi exclusive steelbook which came out, and again it's a different image of the alternate suit that he has that comes out of the suitcase. So again, similar design with the hand, a little bit of depth to this, but it's still a nice lenticular. So yeah, I've picked this up separately on eBay, so I'll keep it with the set. Now what's really nice about this steelbook is the back here. And you've got the character of Iron Man and War Machine. And then at the back, behind, you've got like schematics of the reactor arc. So that's really nice that they've sort of gone to this sort of extra detail on here. And I really like this about this metal pack. Open it up. So we've got a DVD copy in here of the film and the digital copy at the time. And we've got the special features on disc 2 on Blu-ray and the disc 1 Blu-ray here as well. Now I've also got a few little bits in here. So we'll just take the discs out and you can have a look at the inside artwork. Behind you've got the Mark 1, 2, 3 and 4 various suits. Obviously this was the suit they had in the cave. So just flip that over. Just take that disc out. And then you can see the Mark III and the Mark IV suits there. So yeah, I really like the sort of overall design of this metal pack. Okay, so this did come with a digital copy. Now obviously that's defunct, but what I kept this because I quite like this as well, this design. Now this was on the UK steelbook, I believe, if I remember rightly. Zavvi maybe, or even play.com. So yeah, I've just kept that because, you know, it's a different image to go with the set. And the other thing that I've got here, and again, I got this on eBay. It's an exclusive limited edition. I believe this came with a German Iron Man steelbook, I think. But yeah, it's just a little comic exclusive limited edition. You've got an image on the back. And we'll just quickly go through this. I'm not sure if this is in English. No, I don't think it is. It's in German. But yeah, it's quite a nice little comic book. I'm not sure whether this is sort of part of the story. No, I don't think it would have been, but probably a prequel maybe, or a sideline. Can't remember, to be honest. But yeah, it's just a nice little bonus to go with this set. It wasn't part of this set, as I say. It was a separate pickup, but another nice image there. So yeah, a nice little comic book to go with this release. Now to some trivia about the film. The idea that Happy Hogan's favourite television show is Downton Abbey in 2010 was at the suggestion of Jon Favreau, who was actually a big fan of the British series. Robert Downey Jr. pushed to get Gwyneth Paltrow to have some action scenes, and producer Kevin Feige approved. We are bored by the damsel in distress, but sometimes we need our hero to be desperate enough in fighting for something other than just his own life. So there's fun to be had with is Pepper in danger or is she the saviour over the course of this movie. The ring on the Mandarin's right pinky is the same one Raza wore in Iron Man that came out in 2008. And finally, the Mandarin bears a tattoo on the back of his neck of Captain America's shield with the anarchist A symbol in the centre instead of a star. Okay, so onto the edition itself. So we've got the steelbook in a J card. So we'll turn it over. So there's all the tech specs. Now, I primarily collected the 3D versions of these rather than just the standard 2D. Obviously, these were before the 4K came out, originally anyway. One of the reasons I stopped collecting the after phase 3 had finished was the lack of 3D titles in the UK. So that was one of the reasons I stopped. And obviously then Disney Plus came along, etc, etc. But if I zoom in, you can see the tech specs. 240:1 aspect ratio on the 3D Blu-ray and the Blu-ray. Now we've got a DTS Master Audio 7.1 English mix. Fantastic mix. Very, very good. And I believe that will upscale to DTS Neural X on my amplifier. So it gives you the sort of immersive quality. So that's really nice. We get some features on here, special features, not quite as many as in the previous 2 films, but it's still with Marvel at the moment. But as time went on, Marvel went on their own. But so we'll take the J card off. Now this lenticular was actually from a Zavvi exclusive they did, but I actually picked up this lenticular, and it kind of goes well in the debossed border. So quite nice. You've got sort of Tony Stark there with obviously the marked versions of the different Iron Men behind him. Okay, so this was the original release that we got, and it's an embossed arc reactor. So that's quite nice from the second film. I would say obviously a debossed border. Iron Man 3 on the side. Unfortunately, I've got a bit of a spine slash. Yeah, there we go. Now, what I've got on the back here, again, this was another lenticular, which was, I believe, part of a French release, Concorde. This was for the 3D edition. Now, again, this is a lenticular I picked up on eBay. So, again, it's a different image to that other lenticular, but it's got a nice little bit of depth to it. With the Iron Men flying above, and you've got the Mandarin at the back. So yeah, quite a nice lenticular. Okay, so on the back of this, you get some other great sort of artwork on the back here. Really do like that image, really nice. Open it up. Okay, so we've got the Blu-ray disc, standard, no artwork on here, and then the 3D as well. Now, I've got some little postcards there. Again, they weren't part of this set, but we'll have a look at those. And again, this was those. I think this was part of that Concorde set. Maybe it came with that lenticular. I can't remember now, but oh, it's actually a German edition. This. Maybe this came with a lenticular. I can't honestly remember, but yeah, just kept that. Okay, so we've got the inside artwork, and we've got, again, you've got sort of Iron Man in the centre there. Around the sort of the back, you've got the various versions of the Iron Man suit. So that's really nice. Okay, so we've got some postcards, and again, I think I must have picked these up on eBay. Can't honestly remember, to be honest. So we've got an image there, and on the back, we've got the Iron Man logo. We've got various images that were sort of promotional images at the time. That's really quite cool. Oh, that's upside down. Yeah, quite like that one. There's the Mandarin. War Machine. So look out for another video soon where we take a look at Captain America and the editions I have for the films that have come out for the Captain America character. And again, we'll do the same thing. We'll have a look at the editions and a little bit of trivia and facts about the films. So yeah, look out for that video next time.